0, 1, 2, 3. Let's get started.
And welcome. I am Tom from Winchester Gears, and that was a tunnel for the series conversion I'm about to show you. It's about 35 degrees in here. Come back in the evening where it's a bit quiet, where I can show you what we've got, how it all works, what you need, what you don't need, what we can offer to modernise your Landrover series transmission. Now, there's plenty of you who will have been eagerly awaiting the arrival of these top remotes, as of we. It has been about a year to the date when we first discussed making these, and here we are now with a finished product, and I have to say we are very, very pleased with it. So, just while I'm unwrapping and unboxing everything, I'll just re-jog everyone's memory as to what we're doing here and why we've done it. The original 4-speed LT76 gearbox has fitted to series 1, 2 and 3. It's a 4-speed box. Early boxes were a dog box. That means they weren't a synchro box on first and second. The later boxes did have a synchro on them, but they were still not the best design. But they've done the job fairly successfully since 1948. But rebuilding that gearbox has just become more of a restoration work rather than a recon job where we can make money at doing it, and essentially that's what we're here to do, is to make money. So to rebuild a series gearbox might take us the best part of a week. We're having to source components all over the world because the availability of quality components is just not what it was. There are available components to rebuild your gearbox with, but as far as we're concerned, they are not to the standard that we are happy with. So we're not rebuilding those anymore. Haven't been rebuilding those for the last year. God, it's hot. So we wanted to develop a kit. This is nothing new, putting an R380 in a series, but there wasn't an official kit, a nice way to do it out of the box. I'm not saying there's not lots of people who haven't done a nice job. I'm sure there are plenty of people who've done a very nice job of fitting an R380 and LT230 to their series. This is a complete, comprehensive kit to be able to do that without moving the engine forward and allowing the gear sticks to come up where they should. You can move the engine forward, the whole transmission forward, and have the gear sticks where they should. You can do that, but you'll have to fabricate mounts, engine mounts, gearbox mounts, transmission mounts, a tunnel for it. And that's all well and good in the Series 3, but if you've got a centre lights in the Series 2, you're very quickly running out of room, and it all becomes you're chasing your tail trying to make everything fit. So this is the top remote, and what this does is this moves the gear sticks forward 100 mil. When you drop an R380 Stumpy behind your series engine, your gear stick will be 100 mil too far back, coming up where the seat box is. It's too far, or at least where the seat box starts. So this moves everything forward by 100 millimeter. It is a design that's taken from a standard Defender top remote, which has been extended by 100 mil and has this piece on here, which is where all the selectors pick up on. So you will receive this top remote and all the components to build the top remote, the rod that runs through, the yoke, the bush, the pins, grub screws, core plugs, circlips, everything to assemble that top remote. As well as that, you will receive this part, which is the linkages. Now what this does is this bolts onto here. I'll have to just allow me to screw that on. So essentially it bolts on like that. That does go in a bit further. And these pick up on the high and low and the diff lock of the LT230. As well as that, we have the gear sticks which screw into the top of here like so. Okay. Let's just move those to the side for a moment. Where can I put it? Let's put it on there just for the minute. Okay, so you will also need a turret gear stick from a Defender. R380 and LT77 had these fitted. There's the bias springs, a pin, a gasket, and a few other little nuts and bolts. So we will sell you one of these, and there's two ways to go about fitting the gear stick on ours. We have chopped the splines off, drilled the center of this 12mm and put the original series gear stick, chopped the series gear stick, fitted it in there, and it retains the look of the original vehicle with the series gear stick on there. We're making some nice stainless gear sticks to match these as well, so they'll be ready next week as well. Or you can just put the Defender gear stick straight onto the splines on top of there. That's absolutely fine too. Now, we will sell you this. It's about 200 quid. We're not making any money at that. That's literally how much these components cost us at trade price as well. I know it's ludicrous. This is about 100 quid, this part here. We're not having these manufactured. We're just ordering these in. So we will sell you all the kit to assemble that up. But you may have one of these just kicking around. Many people do. Or you may be able to grab one from one of the Landrover auto jumbles like Newbury or Billing or wherever for probably 20-30 quid. So buy one if you need one, by all means. We'll sell you one. If not, you just need to locate one of these. They're not too hard to find. Okay, so that's that covered. That bolt's obviously on top of the top remote. So that is that. Let's chat a little bit about the gear knobs in gear sticks. So the gear knob for the gearbox is just a series style pull ball with a 1 to 5 and reverse on it. That's really nice. And then we've got the low, neutral and high red knob to position low, neutral and high. And then we need to talk about the yellow knob. So the series vehicle was essentially a 2-wheel drive, a rear-wheel drive vehicle until put into 4-wheel drive. When you're driving around every day in your series, you're just in a rear-wheel drive until you kick it into a 4-wheel drive, the diff lock lever, and all of a sudden you've got power to all 4 wheels. Now, the front UJs/CVs in a series weren't a constant velocity joint, they are a UJ. Now, many people say that you shouldn't, or it's not ideal to drive in permanent 4-wheel drive in a series. Some people will disagree, tell you that they've driven 4-wheel drive all their life and never had any issues, whatever. But we're not telling you whether that's good or whether that's bad. What I am telling you is that what we've done is we fit the CV conversion kit supplied by Design and Development and converted our series to CVs on the front, which means that we can run 4-wheel drive permanently as per the LT230 transfer case was intended. It's a 4-wheel drive transfer case, unlike the LT76 transfer case, which is 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive selectable. So if you are doing a conversion, a CV conversion, then you can fit the LT230 straight out of the box as it comes into the vehicle. If not, you need a 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive selectable transfer box, which is something that doesn't exist out in the wild. It only exists if a company like ourselves rebuilds you one of those with a 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive selectable unit in the transfer box, which means when you select the diff lock lever, not only are you engaging diff lock, you're engaging 4-wheel drive as well. So we can provide you a transfer box that is 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive selectable. That all seemed like a bit of a mouthful. I hope that was fairly clear and you guys can understand what I'm saying. Essentially, series is 2-wheel drive, selectable 4-wheel drive, Defender is permanent 4. And because we're fitting the Defender transmission, the LT230, unless you opt for a 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive option, you will have a permanent 4-wheel drive. So you need to select the right knobs if you're using our knobs. We'll guide you on that. If you're ordering everything from us, we'll supply the right knobs for that. We've either got diff lock knobs for the likes of those that are like ourselves who are running a permanent 4-wheel drive. You engage diff lock, you're just engaging diff lock. If you're running a 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, the knob says 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive. They're beautiful, they're really nice. Charlesworth Mouldings have done these for us. Again, we're not putting anything on them. They've just supplied them and they are absolutely beautiful. So that is gearbox, top remote, turret and knobs just about covered. So that's the exciting bits and the really nice shiny parts. Mounts. Let's talk about mounts. Okay. So the top remote brings the gear stick 100mm further forward than a standard one. So in a standard Defender top remote, the gear stick could be about here, right in the centre. So with this top remote, it extends it and brings it into the same position as the series one. And you can see the rod linkage here. It's fully adjustable. You know, the high and low and the diff lock, one where the levers go into a little pinch bolt on there, which pinches that to the mechanism. And that connects down there to the diff lock. And to the high and low, which you can just see there. Okay, mounts. So we have made a mount kit that allows your gearbox and transfer box to be bolted in to the chassis in kit form. There's a few parts to it. It uses the original series rubber mounts, and this comes ready to be assembled, welded up. It's less than 100 quid. Again, we're not making any money on it. It's not like we're not making a lot of money on anything. What we want to do is sell gearboxes and transfer boxes, and we want to sell gearbox and transfer boxes for these vehicles. So we're just putting this kit together, and yeah, there's not a lot of money on it, but it's very nice, and it's definitely the best way to do it up to now. So the kit will come with some instructions. It's very straightforward how to bolt it together. We recommend tack welding it up, dropping it onto the mounts, and just making sure everything's nicely lined up. A few little bits are a bit fiddly. Putting the bolts through here into this part. It comes with a full set of instructions, how it welds together and how it goes and how it fits. So there's not really much to say about that. It picks up on the cross member. If you've got a Series 3, you should have a removable cross member. So you can remove it it'll make things a lot easier to fit on a removable cross member. But on a Series 2 where it's a fixed cross member, it's no big deal to fit it as well. So that's the kit. It comes complete with everything that you'd need. Paint it, powder coat it, and it does the job just nice. Again, instructions are with that when you order that kit. Another little piece that we've done is our handbrake adapter kit, because you are now operating a Defender handbrake. Another big upgrade to your series. On the latest type cables, so you will need a Defender handbrake lever. Again, pick one up on Auto Jumble, or you can buy a brand new one. They are available. Now what this does is this is in 3 parts, one for each side of the seat box, and the middle dowel to dowel in between the shape of the hole in the seat box. So these 2 little holes here, put some M6 bolts through there, hold that together just while you tack it in place. Remove one, tack that hole up, remove that one, tack that hole up. You don't need those holes, they are just to align it and then to tack it up, weld those up, grind it flush. And they bolt either side of the seat box, have it painted to match the colour, and that bolts in and allows a Defender handbrake to be bolted straight to that. And also the bolts are the holes are in for the boot, so the boot can fit on nicely and all the little grommets go in. Lovely little thing. I'll show you it fitted in little bends shortly. It works really well. We're getting through some bits now. Floor plate. You don't need it, but if you keep your original one, you are going to have the holes here where the original gear sticks came through out the floor plate. They don't come out the floor plate anymore, they come through the tunnel. So this is just a standard floor plate without the holes in it. So it just tidies it all up nice and neat. And the tunnel I dropped earlier is here. That fits on, goes over the top. The high and low levers come out of there, and the gear stick comes through there. Great little thing as well, looks really nice. Again, I'll show you it in there shortly so you can see what that looks like. That's looking good. And I think we are coming to just about the end of everything that's on offer. This has been sat here all along. The Power Light starter motors. Now, you do need one of these on a petrol. And you should be fitting one of these anyway, because they're just an awesome bit of kit. The reason you need this starter motor is because your original series starter motor has got a coil spring at the end, which is the throwout to engage the gear onto the flywheel. And the LT76 had a cutout on the bell housing to allow that. The R380 Stumpy bell housing doesn't have that. So you will have to change the starter motor. I believe that you could also use a early Defender one. Don't quote me on that because I might be wrong. But we have got a few of these in stock, and really it's just a mega upgrade for your series, fitted that. So you need to consider that as well. The one comment that people have had, and rightfully so, on this kit is prop shafts. The prop shaft rear is going to be too steep. The front prop shaft is going to catch the cross member. Well, as it happens, on ours, everything's perfect. The rear prop shaft is not too steep, and the front prop shaft doesn't catch the cross member. Now we are not on parabolic springs. We are on the standard leaf springs. They're actually from Jones Springs. They're beautiful. They're very nice. They don't sit quite as high as a parabolic spring. You may have some angle issues with parabolics. I don't know. There are ways round it. You can get some shims for the rear axle that sit on top of the leaf springs underneath the axle, which pitch the nose of the diff up to reduce the stress of the prop shaft. It is a short prop shaft on the rear. Not the shortest, I may add, in some of the Landrover conversions people are doing, but nonetheless it is quite short. And we have had a batch of these in from Gwyn Lewis 4x4, and I'm sure lots of you are familiar with his work. Dare say he makes the best prop shafts available for Land Rovers. Once again, they are absolutely beautiful. Thank you very much, Gwyn, for doing this. How much tape have you put on this box? Are we in? No, still not in. Go. So Gwyn will also send you down very kindly a tube of grease for the prop shaft, and some bolts as well, some nuts and bolts. God, this knife's blunt. Get Leanne to get some new blades as I've stolen her knife from the office. And that is the baby. A very, very nice prop shaft for the rear. The fronts are also available. We are waiting for those to come in stock. They will be here in a few weeks. It's no real detriment because you can just drive in rear wheel drive if you're putting this kit together and happen to be waiting for a front prop, sorry. However, in the interest of saving cost and keeping these builds on budget, we'll share the measurements, and you're more than welcome to make your own prop shaft. Cut down a prop shaft. If you've got access to a lathe and to balance it, I'll take it to your local prop shaft company and they will cut you one down to size and you can use that. So we'll share the measurements for that as well. Okay, that's about it for at this table. I am going to show you around the vehicle a little bit and let's see what we've been up to. I'm going to have that for kneeling on because I'm in fairly clean clothes. So we're doing a test to see if the prop shaft hits when we've got a bit of articulation on. We're about a foot in the air there and we have still got absolutely bags of clearance on the front prop shaft. no stress there. We're going to test out the other side, and we're happy with that. Yeah, just keep going up with it, James. Again, we're about a foot in the air there, and in terms of clearance, stacks, no stress there at all. So we are all fairly well dressed up in here. As you can see, the tunnel's fitted, the top remote's fitted, and the gear sticks are fitted, and the handbrake that's right in the view. There we can see how that plate is fitted and bolted up to it. We are yet to drill these holes and bolt those to the seat frame, but the handbrake looks really good there. It's in the same position it would be, and it's not really in the way. It's just nice. Gear sticks. I've got my knobs on the wrong way around, just because I've been messing around with it. That's actually high and low, and that is diff lock. I just need to swap those knobs around, but that's how that goes. As you can see, the gear stick, this is how we've done it actually. As you can see, we've drilled here and put a grub screw in, so the gear stick just comes nicely over there, and it's perfectly situated. It looks great in there, it really does. Okay, whilst I'm down here, this is the front prop shaft, and if I can just get underneath, it doesn't really show you there. There is a video that you will have seen either before this part or after this part of me doing a flex test on little Ben with a forklift, lifting it up to show you how much room is there. Now, what you could do if you were doing a build from scratch is, and ordering a chassis, you could order the 1 ton cross member, and that was actually scalloped out on here, on the cross member, to allow for more clearance, but I can get my hand completely under there and around there, and it's been absolutely fine. Now let's see if I can peek under and show you the rear prop shaft. In fact, I can. We've got absolutely no angle there whatsoever. It's sat on its own weight, just on the axle stands, which is how it'd be when it's sat on its wheels. And that's perfect. A little bit dark under there, but I think you can get a good look at what's going on. Prop shaft's yet to be bolted up properly, but there we are. Let's have a look at the front one. Okay. So it's a little bit tricky to see, but we have got good clearance. Full hand under there. Plenty of room as far as I'm concerned. No angle on the prop shaft. Again, that's an issue. We are looking very nice. Bit of a mess down here because I've been working on it last weekend, which is when I get opportunities too. So just at the end of this video, we're just going to show you around a few things that are unrelated. Give a few people a shout out who have been a part of the build up to now. So Senna Barbo for the electric power steering conversion, Gwyn Lewis for the prop shafts, Ultra for the tub, Robert Owen for the bulkhead, the paint man for the doors and wings and other panels, David Maker for the absolutely beautiful manifold and the trim, maker trim for the dash and the seats, which you'll get a better look at soon. We've got design and development all over this build. The washer jets, the hinges, the drive flanges, the CV conversion, the brake conversion. We've got Luke Loft clutches for the clutch. Thank you, Luke. Ashcroft transmissions for the ATBs and help with the top remote. Carl at Marsland Chassis for the chassis. Ronnie at YRM for the seat box. I'll be missing plenty of people, but I just wanted to give a shout out to those guys. Thank you very much for your help during this build. So, thank you for watching. Hopefully that'll explain a few things. Please don't be offended if you email me and come on to us asking some questions. If we just say, hey, have a watch of this video first and then come back to us with any questions, it'll just wrap a few things up for us. We have got an initial order. We've got 100 of these kits available. 30 of them have already gone, so we're 70 kits left. So I don't know when there'll be any more. So if you want one, get one ordered ASAP. We might not be able to supply the gearbox and transfer box straight away, but you might choose to go somewhere else or already have those components, or just wait for those components as well. So thank you guys for watching, and yeah, take it easy.